Hey guys, welcome back to Zeal Tarot. Today we have a pick a card with messages from your guides. So there are 5 piles. This one's pile 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Please feel free to take a moment to pause this video, meditate on the energy of these cards, and see which one you're most drawn to. And I will see you at the timestamps below. Hey group 1, this is the pile with the orange calcite. So the overall energy for your reading, we have the Page of Wands. And in this illustration, the page is learning how to harness the power of this fire pearl. So that's our inner spark of creativity. She's like gazing into this light as if she's like following her inner light, understanding the strength of it. And then next we have the Magician. So this is manifestation energy. And the Magician is clarified by 3 of Pentacles and the Lovers. So this combination is maintaining that focus, that dedication, the daily efforts, and keeping this internal balance between our minds and our heart. Understanding that it will take time, but not to lose sight of that. Not to lose sight of that vision that we have. Keeping our fears in balance. Especially if what we are working on, it requires a lot of patience. It's keeping those doubtful aspects of us, our shadow attributes, keeping that in balance and believing in ourselves. And by having this internal balance, we are harnessing this 10 of Cups energy, happiness. I love how it's like, with these 2 cards together, it's as she like let go of whatever it is she's creating, and then that's this light here. Just like let it go, and then you catch it. And the 10 of Cups is clarified by the Hierophant and Temperance. So this is gaining wisdom from everything that we have experienced and tempering that inner balance, that Lovers energy. This is a sticker. Having the patience. It's like being patient with ourselves as we're learning how to use this fire pearl. Understanding that, ups and downs are part of the learning process. But by giving ourselves the space, maybe not being so hypercritical. Sometimes we can be hypercritical of ourselves, especially if we're very passionate about, something that we are hoping to manifest. Because next we have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Cups and the 3 of Cups. So this is having more of a gentle, a lighthearted, approach with how we perceive things. And this is so interesting how this balance is just repeated throughout. Because in this image, the bird is splashing, and in this image they are floating. So it's balancing again. Knight of Cups. So it's like enthusiasm, creativity, being led by the heart. With the Page of Swords and these 2 Cups cards, it's this balance between the mind and the heart. It's like understanding our fears, but not indulging in that vibration. By understanding where our fears are coming from, and by choosing to nurture that side of us, it's what brings us into this 10 of Cups energy, and having the wisdom from all of the past experiences, and the patience, the gentleness with ourselves. Maybe seeing, different ways that we can have fun in our situation while maintaining that long-term vision, whether it's, just dancing while you're cooking or laughing at something funny that you see or that you create, or whatever the case may be, finding ways to lighten up while still maintaining your vision. To release that tension as it builds, which is natural. Finding ways to release your stress in a lighthearted way. And then next we have the Two of Wands. How she's like gazing into this flaming skull. Like it's like choosing what to focus on, but it's also maintaining that vision and watching how she's like watching maybe the last chapter or the current chapter, watching the ending of it. But it's like in a loving way. It's like appreciating what's brought you to this point. We have the Two of Wands clarified by the High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles. So more of this temperance, this balanced lover's energy of like our vision, our intuition, and also staying grounded in the present. Staying grounded in knowing who we are. From this grounded, balanced place, it's like we are able to create so much. Learning. Sticker. She likes to do laps. Inside the house and outside the house and inside the house and out. With these two, it's also as if she's like letting go of like the last chapter maybe, and then here you have the High Priestess. There's like distance between that, and then also like holding on to, or just like cradling like your stability, cradling your stability within yourself, knowing who you are, knowing what your aspirations are, and following your heart. Releasing the past, following your heart. Balancing our subconscious fears with our long-term vision. And this is what creates that movement. So the Eight of Wands we have as your underlying energy, forward movement. Forward movement through maintaining your vision, maintaining that internal balance. Keeping a lighthearted approach on whatever it is that, comes up. Being patient with yourself. And then your dragon guide, we have the royal blue and gold dragon. Strengthens you to stand in your power with wisdom. Awaken to your own majesty. Wear your cloak of power with pride. Beautiful. It's wisdom, balance through wisdom. Choosing our focus, maintaining our vision. Same as this card too. They're both like maintaining that vision, understanding the power within. And the power of transformation as well. This is like death energy. Okay, that is all I have for you guys. I hope that this helped, and see you next time. Take care. Hey group 2. This is the pile with the agate. So the overall energy we have for your reading is the Four of Swords. And this card is about boundaries, reevaluating what it is that we allow to influence us. Reevaluating our own thoughts and beliefs outside of, maybe what we were told or the general opinion of others. Choosing what we allow to influence us. And then next we have the Knight of Swords. It's as if this person stood up and claimed one of their swords, and this is taking action towards your own truth. And this action is clarified by Death and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So this is like an ending of whatever lack of opportunities or feelings of lack or whatever stagnation due to following maybe what we were told, maybe what others believe. This is choosing to make your own decisions and choose your own thoughts and letting this phase, letting that end and transitioning into the next. With this Death card, it's like a rebirthing. A rebirthing in who you are. Like cutting yourself out of this. And then next we have the Angel of the Night. This is like a dark night of the soul. Similar colors to this Death energy. And the Angel of the Night is clarified by the Two of Wands and the Page of Wands in reverse. It's as if we're presented with another choice. And by harnessing this Knight of Swords, we are taking action with this Two of Wands. It's like having that clear focus, understanding who you are. But we are also at the same time presented with this Page of Wands in reverse. Maybe if we have lingering thoughts or lingering thought patterns, beliefs in ourselves or what we are capable of or what we have been told about ourselves. It's knowing that, we each have our own truth. And we each have our own truth that kind of influences what we say, right? So being strong in your will to see through the projections maybe of others or that we have any limiting beliefs regarding our expansion, regarding what we want to create with this Wands energy, that fire, that inner passion, that movement, having that focus, how the stingray is like traveling, it's traveled all across the ocean and it has this like goal in mind. And with this Page of Wands, maybe before we weren't able to hear the opportunities, we weren't aware that there were opportunities, similar to this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It's this choice to hear the opportunities or to stay in this vibration of not being able to. This is like a limbo state, like the void, in between this rebirthing and this death cycle. The void where anything is possible, where we can choose what we want to create. We can choose our direction. But it's as if when we are in this limbo state, our fears become stronger with this Devil energy. But then we have the Devil clarified by the Knight of Wands and the Sun in reverse. It's as if these internal fears, this internal dialogue becomes stronger, and that is when we are presented with another choice to become even more firm in who we are, in what we would like to create, to manifest, to experience. choosing what we want to focus on. It's the same choice. But it's this time we need to be even more understanding. Because it's like it gets louder. This choice gets louder. Like the more clear we become in our direction, the more forward action, equal amount of doubt creeps in. And so as we enter this devil energy, the Knight of Wands and the Sun in reverse, it's like the ostrich is known for, sticking its head underneath the sand. But in reality, that's like a myth, and the ostriches don't really do that. And it's similar to this, like, whatever people say, is that true? Is that your truth? Is that what you want to hold on to? Judgments of others, judgments of ourselves, if we are hypercritical of ourselves, sometimes it's like more internal than external, or maybe both. This is forward movement in who you are. Claiming power over, your reality, co-creating your reality. By choosing our focus and our direction and our thoughts. Exercising these boundaries. Boundaries in, our habits. What we are consuming through our mind, through our body. Choosing our focus. And this Knight of Wands energy, this choice, it leads right into this Chariot, which is your will, the power of your will. And I love how her heart is like glowing. We have the Chariot clarified by the Sun and the Five of Swords in reverse. So this is finding your inner fire, your inner light, knowing that, we don't need to hold on to this Sun in reverse. It's like it gets, we have this choice throughout, and then at this Knight of Wands, devil energy, this is like where we really make our decision to believe in ourselves, to trust ourselves and our truth and what our inner knowing is, or to think that maybe we only have this one little fire and we need to protect that, when really the fire is all around us. We just need to tap into it. So this is having made that choice. And it's so interesting, again, this like kind of going against what people think of you, or what society expects of you, because in this card, this is like a ring-tailed lemur, and according to the artist, they are the only species of lemurs that are not nocturnal. Like, they sit in the sun and they are like sunbathing for as long as they can each day. And this like receptivity, how this person has their hands open too. And this person has their hands open too. If you imagine this card is in reverse, like the reverse meaning of this. This is your will, this is your fire. Tapping into that. Believing in yourself. Going against the grain, maybe. I mean, definitely, actually. Setting boundaries. And believing in whatever your truth is. Taking action towards that. And having the strength, that willpower, to conquer these fears, these internal fears. Maybe fears of being different, fears of thinking, differently, acting differently, wanting to fit in, but it's like, you are so unique. We all are. And that's what makes things so interesting. It's like, that's how trends even start. It's like one person is like not afraid to be themselves, and maybe in the beginning they are like made fun of, or they're not, accepted. but it's that strength and will to accept yourself, to know that you are powered by your inner knowing. Like her carpet is flying. It's like through her own will, that dedication, perseverance, not to give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself through this dark night of the soul, devil energy, because this is what is coming after that. So look at this contrast. Intuition. And then your underlying energy, we have the Ace of Pentacles. And this card is really interesting. It's like these little creatures. It's just again that boundary, exercising boundaries in your stability, since it's an Ace of Pentacles. And what you are creating. It's like these little creatures, like she's allowing them to sit behind her, but she's really doing her own thing. She's painting that sun on her hand. With the sun and the sun also. We have 2 sun cards out here. Just noticed. It's cool. And then we have your dragon guide is the green gold dragon from Sirius. Brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. This is that sacred knowledge that is within you, your truth. And how this dragon is so far away from the planet. Imagine this is like collective, like a collection of everybody's thoughts. It's like choosing to be you. And this key that the dragon is holding, it looks so similar to like what this woman is, what this fairy is painting. If it's showing up. Manifestation of what you really would like to create, to experience. And believing in yourself with the orange. This fire. It's like this devil energy is like harnessing this, a little bit of this fire also in her whip. Trying to like limit our power, kind of, but allowing ourselves to expand through our will. It's that choice. Okay, well, I hope that this helped, and I will see you next time. Take care. Hey, Group 3. This is the pile with the Lemurian Jade. So the overall energy for your reading, we have the Star. So this is following your inner compass, your inner star. Following your truth. Sharing that. It's like the star on her heart is being led to like the star in the sky. And that balance, she's partly in the water and partly above the water. Balance between the mind and the heart. And then next we have the Six of Pentacles. Again, this sharing energy, the will to share, stability. And the Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Three of Cups and Judgment. And I love this, like, how the puffins are, looks like it's about to fly, and then this Judgment, it's like a rebirthing, about to fly from the seed. This is happiness, harmony, following your truth, sharing your gifts, having that patience and stability within. And then the Moon, intuition. And then next we have the Three of Pentacles, which is more of this building manifestation. And you can see the similarities between, they're both holding something in their left hand or their right hand. Looks like the same hand. Building, development of your skills, perseverance. manifestation. And the Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Nine of Wands and the King of Cups. And in this Nine of Wands specifically, it's this ram, and he's covered in scars from past battles. But it's like still standing strong. Standing strong in knowing who you are, and your passion is a fire card. But having that deep emotional connection with yourself, this King of Cups, how he's so relaxed. Having compassion for yourself, and also this will, this fire to keep going, to keep creating, to share who you are. To like resurrect yourself in a way. And then the underlying energy for your reading, we have the Six of Chalices, which is nostalgia. And then with the Hierophant, clarified by the Star and the Nine of Swords. This is understanding that pull, that nostalgia, that cling to the past a little bit. Because in these cards, it's so interesting. The Star, like the muscles in this card, look very similar to the mountains in the back. And then the sun is shining as well, and the tower is illuminated. So it's like self-sabotage in a way. If we're clinging to, ways that we might have done things in the past, or things that have happened in the past, it's holding on to that and not allowing new experiences to come in. It's like restricting ourselves in a way. And the Hierophant is here to bring balance and wisdom in this situation. It's like to bring awareness of both sides, how he has two like shining things in his hands. To bring awareness to both sides and to make that decision. It's like all we need to do is to look up and to turn around. And because we have the Star twice, actually. The Star is the overall energy. Needing to let go and open ourselves up to new opportunities. To see things as they really are. If we are projecting like events from our past onto our current situation, with this Nine of Wands, it's like maybe we will still have those lessons from our past, those scars from the past, but needing to shift our perspective. Look how he's like such a joyful Hierophant card. It's like smiling. Sometimes these cards, like the Hierophant, is depicted as very rigid, but I think this is like a gentle like structure within our mind. Because this is a Nine of Swords. Mental swords. And then next we have the Hangman. And this is about gaining that new perspective. That shift between, are these, clams, or I'm not sure, are they clams or mussels? Are they muscles that are ready to open, or are these like mountains that maybe like making mountains out of mussels or something? Mountains out of molehills. Anyways, the Hangman is clarified by the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. So this is when we shift our perspective. When we ground our thoughts, our energy. Because this Ace of Pentacles, it's like it's hidden there just for us, and it's been waiting. There are like vines growing on it. How this panda is sitting in the forest. So maybe being in nature, breath work, exercise, meditation, any way that you prefer to bring yourself back into the present moment. to understand that there are so many new opportunities that can bring just as much joy in different ways, though, than maybe we have experienced in the past. To be receptive to that, to new ways of thinking. And it's like she's glowing. She's glowing, and in this one, it's like his two hands are glowing, so it's like that inner pull to create and to share. And then we have your dragon guide is the fire and water dragon. Enables your life to flow with loving force. Prepare for change and to move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected. Have fun. That's beautiful. It's like we can expect the unexpected when we are open to it. So this hangman position, this is necessary. This is like a brand new beginning and a brand new truth. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Star twice, Judgment. And it's just this nostalgia that is tugging on us a little bit. But to be aware of that, because awareness is like the first step, and then we can shift our focus. Okay, well, that is all I have for you guys. I hope this helped, and see you next time. Take care. Hey, Group 4. This is the pile with the kunzite. So the overall energy we have for your reading is the Queen of Swords. And in this image, it's the Snow Queen, the Ice Queen. It's cutting through to the reality of the situation, the actual truth. Being clear-minded, clear in our thoughts. Seeing it for what it really is, how she's looking so honestly at the artist. And then first we have the Four of Pentacles, which is a focus on the material. It's like alone in my castle, the phrase behind this card. And the Four of Pentacles is clarified by the Strength card and Seven of Cups in reverse. So, seeing clearly, seeing through the illusions of what we currently are in. Like this focus on the material in our external environment. Is it actually a burden? Like, is it requiring more strength for us to maintain this image, maintain this way of being? Or have we just been, creating illusions for ourselves in order to maintain it, in order to stay in this? Because she's in a castle, but is she really happy? And with the moon in the background, it's like our subconscious desires, like asking ourselves, maybe why have we been creating excuses or illusions around, why we continue to stay in this? And with the Strength card, it's an ox pulling like a cart of goods, and oxen can carry twice as much as their body weight, or they can pull twice their body weight. So it's like, have we actually been carrying more than we need to, just to keep ourselves in this Four of Pentacles? And it's just a Four of Pentacles. It's not like we're at the Page, Knight, Queen, or King level of energy. It's not like super stable. Like there is room to grow. And with the strength card also, how they're looking in opposite directions. It's like it requires a lot of strength and courage for us to look at our situation honestly, to see the truth of our actual situation. Is this something we actually need to stay in or want to stay in? And can we do something to move us out of that vibration if that's something that we want, by looking at our subconscious desires, our driving force. And it's like by entering into the realm of the unconscious, the subconscious, it's like we're tapping into this high priestess side of ourself, our inner knowing, our soul truth. And we have the high priestess clarified by the Empress in reverse and the star. So maybe we thought that, being in this Four of Pentacles energy would lead us to feeling like this Empress. But in actuality, maybe we feel more like this is our actual situation. And so with the Empress in reverse, it's more of this seeing the actual situation for what it is. And with the star, this is following our inner compass, our inner truth. A new beginning, a new direction for us. And she has one foot on land and one foot in the water. This balance between the physical and the unconscious, the subconscious, with this water, the emotions. And how in this star card, she's actually like crying. It's like whatever this shift in perspective, whatever this seeing the true reality of, what we are experiencing, what we are in. Maybe, it's a little bit sad, or we are feeling regrets, or, any of these emotions that we can experience that maybe aren't the happiest. But it's tapping into our inner knowing, our inner truth, and asking ourselves, what does real material stability, abundance, wealth require? What does that really look like for me? And it's putting in that dedication, persistence, perseverance, having that will with this fire in the background. That's that will to change your situation, to shift your perspective, that courage to see clearly the reality of the situation. And with the King of Pentacles clarified by the World in reverse and the Moon card, it's so interesting. It's like this Empress in reverse and the World in reverse. Like maybe we thought that we would feel like an Empress and we would have the world, but in actuality we're feeling like this. But it's seeing that, and that's like the first step, to actually see your situation behind all of the illusions that we create, sometimes out of fear. Fear of being alone, fear of not having, fear of, any of the fears. But following our intuition, this like how there's a dog and a wolf and they're both like howling at the moon. This is being in touch with our like domesticated side and our wild side, our wild nature. And then there's like a lobster coming from the water. And also get like a balance, same as this star. It's like once we become clear in seeing our situation for what it is, we can start to create this balance. Because the Strength card is working so hard to keep carrying this card. And there's nobody even there to like tell the ox you need to keep going. It's like us. We are like continuing to kind of force ourselves. But this is seeing that maybe we don't need to. Maybe we are, wanting to create this for ourselves, this Empress energy, understanding what we value, and being willing to let go. Let go of our illusions, let go of, our hopes about what could have been, what we thought, let go of our mistakes, to learn from our mistakes, to not, keep carrying them with us. They're not even mistakes, it's just, the right decision at the time, and it's considered a mistake when you look back on it, but it's just a lesson, an opportunity to grow. And if we didn't have this experience, we wouldn't know what we truly value. So it's like a blessing. And then next we have the Six of Cups, which is nostalgia lane. So this is needing to take time to reflect and to understand that this transition isn't going to happen overnight. But slowly we can begin to release, to have patience with ourselves. But to also be able to see our situation clearly, to see our thoughts for what they are. Clarity of the mind. And the Six of Cups is clarified by the Four of Swords and the World. So this is more of this balance with how the toad is, I think it's a frog, it's like a zombie frog or toad. It's underground. Stick. And then knowing that when the time is right, like when the rain comes, the frog leaves the underground. It's like going into the underground, the underworld of our subconscious, maybe, to understand what it is within us that resonates with whatever situation that we have aligned with, and to understand what it is that we would like to align with, which would be like grabbing this in the World card and taking time, self-reflection, self-care, to have patience with yourself, patience and balance. And then your underlying energy, we have the Empress. This is such a beautiful card. It's like cradling that part of ourselves that went through this, and how this fairy is a little bit higher than like the castle around, is having this clear sight, having compassion for ourselves, but also having that vision and knowing, what needs to be done. It's like we have grown from this Empress to this Empress. I mean, still a part of you. And how earthy it is also. Grounded, being in nature, going outside, going for a walk, breath work, exercise, to help you reconnect with yourself, with your intuition, creating space so we can allow our intuition to speak, to not distract ourselves from, whatever pain this is or disappointment, to understand it, to talk with it, converse with it. And then your dragon guide, we have the Earth and Air Dragon. Represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth. Stay balanced, ground your visions, manifest your hopes and dreams. This is the air, Queen of Swords, and the earth, Empress energies combined. Plus this King of Pentacles, that's the long-term vision. Creating the world that you wish to experience for yourself, that you wish to share. Alright. Well, that is all I have for you guys. I hope that this helped. and see you next time. Take care. Hey, Group 5. This is the pile with the bloodstone. So the overall energy we have for your reading is the Eight of Pentacles. And in this card, it's like all of the fairies and the mermaids and the animals, they're all coming to like a central meeting point. They're all sharing their gifts. They're sharing what they have, sharing what they carry inside of them, or their skills. And then first we have the Strength card. And this one is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. And I love how there's like a similarity in how these adult rabbits are looking at the moon and how this man is looking at this pentacle that's in the air. It's like having the strength, that courage, that will to create your own definition of what a Ten of Pentacles looks and feels like to you. Like maybe when we were younger, this was what we thought a Ten of Pentacles should be. But by tapping into our intuition, our inner knowing, it's like it could be anything. It could be any of these options. Creating our own definition. How the baby rabbits, they're not really concerned. They're just, that's their home. That's what they know. But the adult rabbits, it's like as we grow older, we have more of a choice in how we want to live our lives, what we want to create, this stability, happiness, what our homes should feel and look like. Having the strength to create something that's yours, that you believe in, that you want to experience. Even if it's, different from what other people would like. That's fine. We're all, we all have different gifts. We all have different strengths and preferences. And it's by tapping into this intuition, it's connecting us with our heart. It's like being led by the heart with this Ace of Cups. And how her hair is red, that's like fire too. Our will, our courage, our strength. Fire energy. And the Ace of Cups is clarified by the King of Wands and the Ace of Cups again. So it's this like double confirmation of pursuing, taking that action towards what it is that makes you truly happy. This new beginning, this new emotional fulfillment, creativity, self-expression. What makes you unique and special, really. Believing in yourself. Harnessing that strength with the red King of Wands, fire, and this Ace of Cups. And then next we have the Four of Cups in reverse. So when it's upright, it's like stagnation, taking time to self-reflect. But in reverse, this would indicate movement. And again, she has red hair, this fire, your inner fire. With the Seven of Cups, clarifying this, Seven of Cups in reverse and the Three of Pentacles, this is seeing through the illusions of maybe, as we grow older, this is what our home should look like. It's understanding that our home can look like, whatever resonates with us. And learning from the past, it's similar how these children are looking up at this adult and he's like teaching. Oh my gosh, I just noticed. It's like bunnies, the baby bunnies, and then the moon. That's funny. That's really cool. Creating your own truth. Well, knowing your own truth and following that, taking action towards that. Taking action towards sharing your gifts. It's like by sharing your gifts, sharing your unique gifts, you will experience your own version of this Ten of Pentacles, and it will be different for every one of us. Because we all have different preferences, stories that we tell ourselves, beliefs, experiences. And then next we have the Emperor. So this is again that strength, dedication, wisdom, courage to, pursue what it is that truly fulfills you. That Ace of Cups twice. And that passion with the King of Wands. And the Emperor is clarified by the Eight of Wands and the Six of Cups. So freedom, forward movement. And the Six of Cups is so beautiful. I interpret this to be like a balance between your inner masculine and inner feminine. And then also like your inner children. So it's the same like the two adults and the two children. That's repeatedly throughout this reading. Very cool. Forward movement. And with the water, it's like cups energy, emotions, creativity. And then so for your underlying energy, we have the Six of Swords, which is more of this movement. It's as if she has the ability to just fly out of this boat, or she can just grab this sword and like cut her boat free, and that's just her movement, forward movement. More of this fire energy with her red hair. Action, will, strength, courage. And then for your dragon guide, we have the green dragon. Helps you tune into the secrets of nature, receive answers and guidance from nature, align with your divine essence. Aligning with your unique divine essence, your unique gifts, aligning with that. Having the courage to do that. It's like how this like cradling of the key, and then with this sword right here. It's like reaching out to grab that sword, taking your key. It's your key, your unique key. And opening that door to this Ace of Cups, King of Wands, Ace of Cups again. Which will lead you to this stability and abundance. Okay, well that is all I have for you guys. That was a beautiful reading, and I will see you next time. Take care.